Hey, what's up guys, it's AndreOth here, bringing you guys another video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Skepta / WizKid energy stay far away type beat. Let's get into it. So yeah guys, we started the beat off with the gentle sine bells that I found in Alchemy and Logic, and as you guys know, I always go for Alchemy when it comes to my melodies and stuff, but I wanted to find a soft little bell kind of preset just to match the soft kind of electric piano chord progression that Energy has. So that's why I was going for, that soft kind of vibe. So I found a chord progression from the Cymatics MIDI chord pack. I'm sure you guys have probably seen some YouTubers advertise that on YouTube, but I bought the pack and I actually found this chord progression that I kind of liked. I messed around with it a little bit, I flipped it up a little bit, and then I ended up liking how it sounded. So now I was happy with the chord progression, so the main melody ended up sounding like this. So after that, I then wanted to move on to the drums, and as usual, I always start my drums off with some claps or some snares. This time I chose some snares. I wanted to find like a nice snappy sounding snare, because I feel like that's the kind of snare that they use in Energy. So yeah, I actually ended up finding one. I liked how it sounded, and I came up with this very simple snare pattern. Obviously it has a little bit of a swing to it, just to get that kind of Afro kind of Caribbean bounce that Energy kind of has. So I came up with this very simple snare pattern with a little bit of swing to it, just to kind of start the drums off with that Afro Caribbean kind of bounce that I was looking for. And if you had that paired with everything else, the beat should sound like this. So then after the snares, I then decided to move on to some hi-hats. So I found these typical kind of trap sounding hi-hats, very sharp, rattling sounding hi-hats, similar to the ones that they used in Energy. But yeah, I just came up with this very simple hi-hat pattern that had a little bit of a swing to it as well, just to match the snares and just to add to the bounce that I was going for with the drums. But anyways, the hi-hat pattern just ended up sounding like this. And then when you have that paired with the rest of the beat, everything should sound like this. So after, I wanted to end off the drums with some kicks, so I found some kicks that was really punchy. I think I ended up adding some overdrive to it just to give it a little bit more power, a little bit more punch. And I put it into Ultra Beat, and I came up with this very simple, minimal kick pattern, again just to add to that bounce that I was going for with the drums. And normally when you're going for the Afro kind of dancehall kind of bounce with your drums, normally your kicks are quite minimal. They're very simple but very effective. So that's what I was going for with these kicks, and the kick pattern ended up sounding like this. And then when you have everything played together, the beat should end up sounding like this. So I thought the beat was coming together pretty well, but I thought it was still missing a few sounds because it did sound a little bit empty. So I wanted to add like a vocal kind of vox kind of preset to the beat. So I went into Alchemy and I found this primitive analog female vox. So I played a really simple melody that I thought went really well with the chord progression. I played it at a lower kind of octave, so it almost sounds like a male vox. But anyways, I really liked the melody that I played out. I thought it went really well with the chord progressions. So yeah, the melody ended up sounding like this. And then when you hear that paired with the other components of the beat should come together like this. The The next thing I added in the beat was some bass with some 808s, and 808s actually came in on the beat as soon as I put that Vox kind of melody into the beat, so they kind of hit at the same time. But I just found these 808s that sounded very distorted, not too distinctive, but I liked the tone of the 808. So I just played this very simple 808 bass line that went really well with the chord progression, and also went really well with the Vox kind of melody that I came up with. But yeah, the 808 bass line ended up sounding like this. And if you had that paired with everything else, the beat should sound like this. And then the last thing I added to the beat was this piano melody. So I just played this very simple but very effective piano melody that went really well with the initial chord progression and all the other kind of melodies that I had in the beat. And I just played this piano melody just to end off the chorus section of the beat. So I just used a grand piano and strings preset in Logic, and I played this very simple piano melody that went perfectly with the rest of the beat, and it ended up sounding like this. And then when you have that played with the rest of the beat, everything should sound like this. So guys, that was pretty much it. That was every single component there was to this beat, and that was the whole process that went into making this beat. The only thing I had to do after that was structure the beat, and that's exactly what I did. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did like the video though, please click the like button down below and subscribe for more, because I have way more videos like this coming out every single week. And if you guys want to purchase any beats from me, including the beat using this video, you guys can go to untagged.bsauce.com. and if you guys want, you can follow me on Twitter and you can follow me on Instagram for all latest updates, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.